Well, good morning to all the subscribers and viewers, and a big thanks to everybody for tuning in again. Thursday, Paulie in Dublin. Weather out there, first morning where people had to come out this morning, and I watched them pouring hot water onto their car windows. Freezing cold last night. The temperatures went down to close to zero last night. Freezing cold. The first day you see condensation. They were spraying the sky heavy in the last couple of days. But of course, it's only the nutcases that can put it all together and try and work out why are they doing it. Now, here's another conspiracy theory that didn't happen. Yeah, but let's bring us all back down to the real world. And let's talk about our friends in YT that went bang the other night. Happy days, delighted. And with a bit of luck, they'll go down forever. And there won't be any more YT. There won't be any more FB. There won't be any more tweet. There won't be any more any other bullshit platform. And human beings might come back to normality. Do you remember the day when human beings used to speak to each other? Do you remember the day people used to write letters with a pen? Do you remember them days? Yeah. All this social media, there has to be a bad end result here, okay? And firstly, let me say thanks to all the subscribers and the people that write in the messages. Dark Tower, firstly, I have to say thanks for opening my eyes to that one, because I missed out on the armada of UFOs that just happened to fly past the moon the other night. But of course, don't say it too loud. People think you're crazy, yeah? Who else? Liz, Raf in Dublin. And she says, thanks, Paul. Did our YT and Google, did they go down? It seems to have worldwide, and the moon may have just got hit, UFOs, etc. I see, Liz, you can't say that too loud or people think you're crazy. And then if you go into your family and tell them that, they'll probably laugh at you. So, just keep it to yourself and don't start running around telling everybody about UFOs passing by the moon. As I said, we all were given this information of a space invaders. Remember that game in the 80s? Space Invaders. Yeah? Okay, so don't be surprised one day if there's a red flag and we're told that there's going to be a lot of UFOs visiting us from, maybe not from another planet. Maybe from Roswell or Area 51 that they designed. But of course, it'll be a conspiracy theory again at the time. I say hello to Kimberly35. And the subscriber says to me that they're sick. And most of the food makes them sick. No energy. And she says to them, I hope they burn in hell. Who else? Dark Tower. Yeah, thanks for the link. Much appreciated. I watched it last night. The next one is another message that came in. Hang on, I'm just reading it to you now. Don't forget the 40s, 50s and 60s. They've been testing nukes around the world. No wonder there are many illnesses. Also, here's another one that people don't like me speaking about. Even when I put the videos up, it got the lowest numbers at the time. Fukushima. Yeah. See, the damage is already done there. The radiation is being poured in all over the world, okay? You use your mobile phone all day, yeah? Did you ever wonder how the signal got into your mobile phone in the first place, that you could actually speak to the person? Yeah. Did you ever feel your ear, the way it heats up, okay, when you're on a phone for any amount of time, especially a mobile? So the radiation is rampant all over the place, okay? And that's why we like to educate people all about what's coming between 4G, 5G, and God knows what else, okay? When you hear ringing, a constant ringing sound in your ear, where you don't know where it's coming from. Is it coming from phone mass? It's like tinnitus, as I call it. Okay, so that's it. I get that ringing in my ears all the time. Now, next, what are we going to talk about? Yeah, Fukushima. That's great. Listen, look, thanks to everybody for writing in the messages, and I just said I'd have a read this morning while I have my breakfast. Red in the morning, sailor's warning. Red at night, sailor's delight. And those sailors must be confused now. Love to Ireland and the world. And that's from Sherry Malone. Thanks, Sherry. And she's been with me from the start. And I have to say, thanks to everybody for sticking by me. And if some of this makes sense, and some of the stuff that I do makes sense, well, give us the thumbs up. And thanks to everybody for sticking by me and not, putting me down on the videos. I'm only trying to tell people what I see. I put the videos together. I'm not like, I'm not like an expert, super expert at all this. As I said, I just want people to sit up and listen. The next one comes in from Jim. And Jim says, excuse me, must be, they must have been spraying last night. This is what you get when you wake up in the morning. I've known from 2012 that the majority of what we have been told about the earth is a lie. People start learning how to survive in the wilderness. I was watching a program last night of how to survive. A guy that sets up a camp on White Sea. Thank you. A guy sets up a camp and how to survive in the snow with nothing. And I was shocked actually because, most of us can open up the fridge. We're lucky we can open up a fridge. We have food, thank God. We have drink. Everything is there. But if we didn't have it, and that big happened tomorrow, we wouldn't know how to fend for ourselves. We're a society of drive-through McDonald's people. And that's it. Kids want everything. Most kids are spoiled and they get everything they want. And that's the problem. We're not self-efficient, if you want to call it that. Kieran McIlwee, I think his name is. And he says, we get called crazy, tin hat wearing folk. We get the label because they don't like capable and critical thinking people around, as it doesn't coincide with their agenda. And we have conspiracy. Okay, a conspiracy is a word that was created from the CIA, and then so-called tinfoil hats, mad people. Unfortunately, Paul, the majority of the population are still asleep. If only the world could wake up and not be distracted by the trinkets and material things. God help us all. Judging by the current climate, I think we will need it. Now, that's something I put into a video the other day, and thanks very much for the messages. The conspiracy word, rises its head every time nobody has an answer, which is very convenient, okay? And this year, as I said, with the amount of the dramatic changes in the weather this year, as I said, is something else. And this is only October, and it's not looking too good, to be honest with you, if this keeps up, okay? There's been too many sudden shocks in the weather this year. All you need to do is go in and have a look at the hurricanes. Now, I understand it's hurricane season, but that's only in certain parts of the world. Now it's starting to move. I was talking to an Italian guy the other day at Dublin Airport, and he was telling me that in Milan, it was the first time they've ever had a hurricane or a tornado. He says tornadoes in Italy. They've never had anything like this before. So different types of weather systems are starting to move its way around. And sometimes when you see the weather, you have to ask the question that I nearly go as far as saying 100% it definitely is created, okay? And we can see the certain types of weather systems that's coming in. You can see 1 minute that it's a hurricane, the next minute there's no wind at all. It's the sudden shocks in the weather. Okay, moving on. And thanks to everybody for sending in the message. Keeps me going. And anyway, Gmail is nibiruworld@gmail.com. Listen, if you don't like the front of the way I've changed it to fake tube, if you think that's wrong for what I'm doing with Nibiru Worlds, if anyone has any ideas, just let us know. Or are you happy with that? Because I like to leave fake tube there. I just decided last night I put that up. I put the earth with the sun coming up in the background as the front photograph on YT's platform, and the viewers like on some of the things up in Belfast, the work that I put into the videos. That's what I'm saying. Going around with the GoPro camera and we went out, I bought stabilizers, gimbals, and this, that, and the other for to do all these videos. And it's a little bit like bringing in the Game of Thrones, bringing in some of the stars from the Game of Thrones when I was up in Belfast, bringing them in on the video and interviewing them all about chemtrails and everything else. I suppose, by the way, while we're on conspiracies, that the Titanic didn't happen either while I was up in Belfast. But anyway, if I brought the Games of Thrones people in and then said to them, will you speak to my viewers? Will you speak to YT staff? Will you speak to them and go onto the camera? If you brought the lead actors on, that you'd expect to get millions of hits and thousands of hits and something like that. But imagine you only got 70. That's how you know you're being censored. Okay, and good news, everybody. Today will be the day those conspiracy guys are speaking to me. So we'll know by the end of Thursday today what's going to happen, and I will be keeping my cards close to my chest. In the meantime, I will be back to you tomorrow, and thanks for listening again. As I said, I do repeat myself a lot, probably on the videos, but it's just the check-in, which is to say hello and tell you that I am still here doing the videos, and I'm 100% grand now at the moment. That mightn't last forever. There might be another day will come along where I'll just get so pissed off with the videos. And even my little daughter says to me last night, I think I used the word BASTARDS or something like that. Okay, so it was a swear word, yeah. But I had that in one of the videos, and my daughter pressed play on YT's platform and watched one of the videos, and then she says to me, Daddy. I says, what? You can't do that. I says, why not? Because Jake and Paul, yeah, I'm actually drinking J Paul or something like that, right? The big sensation craze in America for the kids. Okay, she watches over here. I'm actually drinking now of one of their cups merchandise, the cups that they have that she got for Christmas off Santa Claus. Yeah, so yeah, that's the big thing over there. And she says to me, well, Jake, when he was on doing his videos, he puts in the sound of a sheep. If he says the swear word, he puts a sheep sound over the swear word. And I thought to myself, why does he do that? Oh, he says that they don't allow the videos or something on YT platform with swear words and things like that. Now, you do ask the question sometimes, why do they employ thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of staff in YT? Yeah, that's to check everybody out, as I said. And I say probably half of them work in censorship. So, in the meantime, everybody, love yous and leave yous. And thanks to everybody for listening. Enjoy your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, or your supper, wherever you are today. And I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, see yous.